Okay, so just ignore the mess. I've been doing tutorials all morning, but for this tutorial I am going to be using some sort of pastel pink pigment from Glitterati Nails. I am using CND Additives in Copper Mine, oopsies, Emerald Mirage, Desert Chameleon, excuse my hand, what else is this one? This is Amethyst Flash, and the Denim Geode. And I've got a couple of little bit of sponges, little bits of sponge that I've ripped up there that I'm going to be using as well. Oh, and I've also got a range of little art brushes. I've got a very small dotting tool and a brush from a craft shop. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so to save time, I have done 2 coats of Masquerade as my base. Now, I don't believe the galaxy's blue all the time. I think you can have whatever galaxy you like, so I'm going to. So this is going to be my base colour. And then I'm going in with one of my little sponges. I've decanted some cream puff and some black pool onto a tile, and I'm going to just add a tiny, tiny bit to my sponge. And I don't want absolutely globules because I don't want to have a really heavy white. So I'm just sort of smudging it away, and I'm going to start from one corner and just stipple where I want the white to go. I do want quite a bit of white, so I just don't want a really heavy coverage of it, so because I'm going to actually put quite a bright pink over the top of this. So I'm just going back in and smudging it out a bit with my sponge. So that's what I've got. Probably a bit heavy-handed there, but this is just for the sake of the tutorial. Okie doke, now I'm going to go in with my black pool, and I only want a tiny bit of this. Tiny, tiny, tiny. So now I said that, I'll stuff it up, so there you go. So, and I just want that just outside. You can barely see that, but I actually want one of my additives to be a little darker, so I'm using the black pool just a tiny bit, and I'm just going to swap that round, twist it round so I can do the other side of the white. Again, just dragging my sponge through and getting rid of any excess. Now these sponges are like $2 a bag from Kmart, and probably, I suppose, Walmart in the US has that sort of thing, or any of the Ulta pharmacies, probably Target, not really sure, never been there. Okay, so I have done my stippling, and I'm going to pop this in the lamp for 2 minutes. Okay, so this has been in the lamp for 2 minutes, and now I'm going to go add my main colour, which is this pale sort of neon pink from Glitterati Nails. And I'm just using, it is a slightly angled brush, just from a craft shop. It's like $3 or something, so dirt cheap. And I'm just going to go in and use the lid too, because I actually don't want a whole load of this. I want it to be pink, but I don't want it to fluff all over the rest of the nail. So I'm just tapping my brush and tapping off the excess in the lid, and then I'm just going to go and press it into where the white is. And I'm pressing rather than brushing or anything like that. Now, I am leaving a lot of the powder sort of just loose on top, and I'm actually going to knock that away because I don't want that spreading anywhere. So give me 2 seconds, I'm going to get rid of that and I'll be back. Okay, now it looks a bit gloopy and I don't like that look, so I'm going to go in with whatever this one's called, Desert Chameleon, I think it is. Yes, Desert Chameleon. And I'm going to pop, I'm actually going to use the lid because I'm very accident prone and I'll probably knock the entire pot over. Nice healthy amount on my brush. And I'm just going to go in and pat it over. Sorry, it helps if you can see, doesn't it? Over the pink and into the black, because I wanted it to go sort of that greeny colour that you can see that it's doing now. And I also just wanted to fill in some of the smudgy look on the pink. And I know most of the Galaxy Nail tutorials are for a blue background. I think Midnight Swim that's used, but I don't really like a blue background, so I'm changing it. Sorry, helps if you can see, doesn't it? So just patting it in so that you get a sort of plant, I don't know what you call it, a thing in space right across your nail. Okay, and then I'm literally going to just go in with the other colours that I have, and I'm going to just add them, dot them around a little bit. So I want to use this blue, which I've completely, sorry guys, I've completely forgotten these names. This is Amethyst Flash, which is blue to me, but anyway. And I'm just going to pop that, just little dots here and there, just to add some dimension. And I'm not putting a lot on. I don't want it to be really I don't want the rest of the nail to take away from the main feature. Sorry, you can't see that. Clean your brush. I'm using the same brush because I can, but clean your brush off. Now, not much of the Copper Mine because it's really, really strong. I hope it's called Copper Mine. I've completely forgotten. It's a really intense colour, and I only want a tiny little bit of that. So I'm just dotting it here and there. And you really can't see that. Sorry, guys. I've got to keep it in the camera. A little bit. And then just a tiny bit of the denim geode. I just want a few little sparkles. Just dot it around. And I'm now going to add some white, some cream puff detailing. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is literally just add a few little white dots and a few little, I'm using my very tiniest dotting tool and a very fine brush, which you can't see, which is Indigo Labs 002 brush. So I'm just going to dip the end of my dotting tool in, and I'm just going to place some little tiny, and I mean tiny, not great big globs. You don't want great big huge white dots on this, just tiny little white stars, just to give it a bit of something extra. Excellent, there goes my puppy, so she's probably seen a cat. Okie dokie, I'll be back in a sec when I've shut my dog up. Sorry guys. Okay, yes, it was a cat and my 3-kilo puppy was trying to eat it. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on just tiny little bit with the white. Just to add a few little stars. And then all I was going to do with my very fine brush is the star that I've made a bit bigger. I just want to add a little, like a tail, so that it looks more like a little planet. So I'm just sort of smudging that around a bit. Okie doke, so I'm going to pop that in the lamp for 2 minutes. Okay, so that's been in the lamp for 2 minutes, and I'm just going to top coat now. Now when you do top coat, bear in mind you have additives on it, so if you go in heavy handed with the brush, you are going to smudge it. So load your brush up with a nice healthy amount of top coat, so I'm just positioning my hands, and float your brush over the top. Lay it flat, almost parallel to it, and you won't have any smudging problems. And excuse my Poppy, she's still freaked out by the cat, so she's just standing guard now. Okie doke. So top coat your design and pop it in the lamp for 2 minutes. Okay guys, this has been in the lamp for 2 minutes and I've removed the inhibition layer, and this is the finished nail, and as you can see it's got quite a few colours in, and I don't always like to do a blue nail, so I do quite often change the colour of these. And any nail that you do is never going to be the same as any other nail, so you're never going to have the same as somebody else. It's a really pretty way to do a feature nail. And yeah, that's about it. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do, and I'll leave any information to products in the description bar. Okay, thanks guys.